is stupidity. Arguments should not lead to guns being fired off. Period. Period. You know, it used to be a time where if folks had an argument, you just walk away. Or you conclude the argument and leave it at that. Or maybe worse, you get into a fist fight. You don't pull out a gun and try to end somebody's life over something as simple and as meaningless as a petty disagreement, as an argument. We see enough of that, too much of that, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. So I echo the comments that Chief Norman just said. We need preachers, we need teachers, we need mentors, we need friends, but we need parents also to step up. There's no reason that a young person should have their hand on a gun of any kind. No reason whatsoever. It is completely and totally unacceptable. And they put themselves at risk. They put their neighbors at risk. They put all of our community at risk. And they put these men and women in this department at risk too, who have to go out there and solve those incidents to make sure that people don't further get hurt in this neighborhood or in this city overall. So again, all of us have work to do. Every single one of us, in the elected official capacity, in the law enforcement capacity, in violence prevention, in education, in so many other places. But we need the community to speak up and to be engaged in our efforts to make this a safer city for everybody as well. Thank you.
Could you just clarify? So you said that the gunman was also shot. You believe there was just the one gunman, so you believe he shot himself somehow?
So this is still a fluid investigation. We're aware that there is one identified that we're working out to get the fuller story about it. But again, we are asking for help. We do see that there is a lot of chatter within our social media, and we're appreciative of the assistance from our community, and we need that help to be able to identify all who are involved. Again, just as the mayor said, this is unacceptable on so many different levels. But let's run this story right. It happened at 4:21 p.m. Not at 12 o'clock. Not at 7 o'clock. So let's paint this picture right in regards to what happened after Juneteenth was done. But also the concern what's going on within our youthful community. We have a variety of ages here. A variety of ages who should not have been harmed, should not be involved in this type of behavior. And we need to continue to put all our efforts to ensure that we address this type of concern, this urgency now for this concern.
Chief, is that 17-year-old who you believe was a shooter in police custody? Do you all have them?
Yes.
Is he one of the 6 that you've identified as injured in the shooting?
Yes.
And could you clarify the ages? Did you say 4 or 14?
Oh, now you gotta have to look.
14 to 19. 14 to 19, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Do you know what the fight was over?
No, I do not, but I know this much. It was not worth what happened. I know that there was no need for the males to get involved with firearms. So no matter what was going on for that little argument, firearm violence is not the way to solve that. Absolutely not.
Chief, you mentioned this earlier, but what's the reaction having this come at the tail end of what was otherwise a peaceful and positive day?
I will hope this will make the community lean into this. You cannot allow these type of situations to say, well, I'm not just going to do anything. That's an unacceptable alternative. I'm so proud to have the mayor here and have the men and women in the Milwaukee Police Department. We work day in and day out in regards to the protection and make sure that we are leaning into this particular concern, but we can't do it alone. These men and women behind me work 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no holidays off. But the community also need to understand that these kids are having these weapons inside their home. These kids are hiding them around the house. What's going on? How are we putting forth the effort to ensure that they're not going to harm someone tomorrow, the next day, or themselves? This is a story that plays out too often and is getting really old. Really old.
Do you know how many officers responded to the incident today?
No, I do not know, but we had nice staffing here.
Do you know the severity of any of these injuries?
No, not at this time.
Take one more question. Do you know if any of them are anything at all? I mean, life-threatening? I mean, you said they all survived.
Yes, they're not life-threatening to this. I mean, again, this is a fluid situation. I know that it's called non-fatal shots where basically it is not life-threatening, but there's a variety of different injuries in all 6 different ones there.
Question for both of you guys. What do you want people, the public, to remember about today's Juneteenth? I mean, I know you guys were in the parade, going to the festivities. What do you want the memory to be of this day?
I want for folks to know that Juneteenth was a safe event. It's an event that has been growing. The number of vendors has been skyrocketing over the years. The number of people, of participants in the parade and the festivities otherwise has just been growing and growing over the years. I mean, look, one person pulled out a gun and caused problems today after the festivities were over. Other than that, we had thousands and thousands and thousands of people here celebrating and bringing themselves together and having a sense of community. That's a powerful thing. That's the true story about what this day is. And on the tail end, when somebody causes death, harm, destruction, when they shoot somebody, when they hurt somebody, I have said this constantly, and I mean it. And I know the chief means this too. When somebody does cause those instances of death, harm, or destruction, then they should be held to account.
Absolutely.
Period. Period. And we're saying that, and we will do that. But we also need folks on the other side of these cameras to do the same thing. If you've got somebody in your family, or your friend, or is otherwise in your influence, convince them to not do things like this. Talk to them. Have conversations with them. And if they do, then you got to hold them to account. You got to, because if you don't, then they're just going to get up and go to somebody else's neighborhood and hurt somebody else's family. And that's not right. It is not right. And all of us have it within ourselves in all of our capacities, whether you're an elected official, whether you're in law enforcement, whether you're in violence prevention, whether you're a parent, all of us have it within us to lean into this, to step in and do something positive to change the narrative. Thank you.
Chief, there's video of girls fighting, and there's video of girls fighting and a man without a gun. Have you seen that video? Is that part of the investigation?
No, I have not seen the video. Thank you.